Hey, what's up, guys? WhirlXbow back here, and today we're playing Oink Oink Priest, better known as Boar Priest. I don't know why I know why I decided to call the deck Oink Oink, but that's because we're playing a piggy. Look at this little piggy. I found this list online. I was browsing Reddit while I was at work, and I found this list, and apparently the guy went something like 19-3 with it to hit Legend. Seeing those types of numbers playing a meme deck to me is like, yo, deck must be semi decent right now. So, with all the nerfs that happen and all the buffs, why don't we give it a try? Alright, guys? Yeah. With that being said, let's cue the first one and let's see how it goes. Or just, yeah, I'll see y'all in the first game. Alright, first game. Probably, I thought this was a warlock. I have no idea why I thought this was a warlock, but I thought this was a warlock, but no, it's a druid. If I had to get, it has to be some form of combo druid, right? No real other druids that playable right now, so it has to be one. It has to be some form of an aggro druid or combo druid. He mulled a spell that would be quest, so I doubt it's quest. And if it is quest, I mean, fuck. I guess it is what it is. To be fair, we're playing Dumpster Legends, so... And I know me saying that might make it sound like, oh, he clearly thinks everyone below this rank is, like, in high... No. High Legend, if I'm being honest, is top, like, 50. Anyone really... Again, this is going to make me sound super BM. But I put myself in this bracket, you're in Dumpster Legend. Below 50, you're a Dumpster Legend. And even, you could realistically make an argument for sub, like, 25 is a Dumpster Legend. Because as good as, like, letting you hit Legend is, let's be honest, hitting Legend isn't hard. Hitting top 500 Legend is not hard. If you really wanted and you wanted to put in the time and you wanted to play the right decks, you could hit top 500 Legend in like a week. Max. Like, I have no will to want to hit that high in Legend. Again, I like playing the more memey, the more for fun style decks in Hearthstone. As you can see, I'm fucking playing Boar Priest. I like to play, you know, War Song Commander combo. I like playing Blood Death Knight. I like playing Plague Death Knight. I like playing a lot more of the meme decks, Q Block. These decks are not real decks. If we're being honest, in my opinion, there's kind of like tier 1 decks in Wild. And I guess tier 2, because if I was being honest, I'd probably separate some of them into tier 1, some of them into tier 2. That are your good playable decks. Everything else below that is like outdated archetypes. Style of decks that just kind of never got love over the years. Right, Q Block, I felt like didn't get love for multiple years. You know, or a lot of the mage decks, honestly. Straight up, I think without the card Ice Block, Mage would just be invisible. No one would be playing Mage. Ice Block is a single card that keeps that class relevant and keeps people talking about that class. It's kind of like Shadow Walk to Shaman. I guess there's even Shaman, but no one really... I feel like no one really complains about even Shaman because that deck is... I don't want to say not great, but it's not the deck that people talk about. Am I just dead? I would not... I believe the fact that I'm just dead here. Oh yeah, I'm just dead. That was fun. Okay. I can see it because I just lost both of my boars, and my whole deck revolves around getting my weapon, and he just removed both of them without putting it into the dead pool. That's fun. Let me finish what I say about Shaman. I feel like Shudderwalk is like the card that keeps Shaman in the normal. Like, sure, there's a couple classes that I feel like there's one deck that keeps its like the name of that class in the format, right? When I think of Warlock, I don't think of demons. I don't think about Zoo anymore. I don't think about a lot of those types of words. I think of just quest. Like the quest line, the demon seed keeps Warlock in the name. Like it keeps the Warlock class alive. Raza keeps Priest alive. I feel like as much as the other Priest decks are decent, no one, I feel like if you're mulling, you're not mulling be like, oh, I'm facing Boar, or oh, I'm facing OTK, or well, OTK Interfire. Most people mull assuming they're facing Raza, and that's a super fair assessment. Same thing with Warlock. No one mulls for Cube Lock, no one mulls for Reno Lock, no one mulls for Even Lock. People mull for Quest Lock. Shaman, I feel like actually Shaman is like a really bad example because I feel like more people mull for Even Lock just because Shudderwalk is a fairly easy deck to counter. But like Mage, people are mulling for their anti-secret cards because of Ice Block. I guess Paladin is no longer really a deck. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. I'm forgetting about classes. Druids, everyone's mulling for combo in general. Demon Hunter, it's aggro. Death Knight, you just laugh as you take your free win. As much as I love Death Knight, that class is not a real class, let's be honest. The whole design choice behind that class makes it not really playable. Anyways, I'm gonna stop babbling about random bullshit and let's queue up the next game. Alright. Shaman, we're mulling for aggro. To be fair, I don't know if, like, as much as I want this deck to win this matchup, I feel like it's not winnable. This is actually a decent hand. Also, by the way, I hope everybody has a beverage. I'm currently drinking me some whiskey. Again, I don't know who saw the tweet or not, but I wanted to stream today. Again, today by the time I'm recording is the video that's going up Saturday, but I wanted to stream on Friday. It's Shudder. But if you guys look at the bottom left corner, it's currently 2 o'clock in the morning. I got home probably about 10 minutes before the start of this recording. So for me, it's been 9 minutes, 40 seconds. So I probably got home at like, what, 1:45-ish? Between like 1:40, 1:50. I had just a brutal day at work. So I'm like, you know what? I would rather right now just not stream. And I knew it was gonna happen, that's why I sent out the tweet earlier. Basically, for those who don't know, I basically worked like 2 jobs. Okay, I worked 2 jobs, not out of necessity, out of choice. Oh my fucking god, why has this happened twice? Let me kill you with my fucking sword, for the love of everything in the good name of fuck. It's wild that it happened once. It's insane it has happened. If this happens one more time in this video, I will never play Boar again. And if I play Boar again, you guys... I don't even know what the fuck to say you guys are allowed to do, because I feel like I will do it again. Just because I do really enjoy playing Boar. But, fuck. Anyways, let's, I guess, just queue up the next one. Alright. So this class only has a Reno that can remove all of my fucking boars from the game. I'm gonna keep one of these, I'm gonna mull the other 2 cards. Alright. Oh, sorry. I feel like I have hiccups right now while I'm in the process of yawning. I'm playing its aggro. I hate my life. I actually hate my fucking life. Oh my god. Sorry. I had bought a pack of Jumpstart, the new Jumpstart set. I straight up have no idea if I talked about it or not, but I'm looking for 3 cards. I'm looking for the Gorgon Girl, which is a really expensive card from the Jumpstart set. I'm looking for Shroofus, and I'm looking for Taiko. I want to play this, but it's like, I just do this here. I should have arguably poked here or here. Take a lot of damage that way, but I think it should have been fine. But yeah, I think it's Taiko, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle commander. The Gorgon Girl, because I've been thinking about building also the Gorgon Girl as a commander, and I've been looking at building Shroofus as a commander. But I opened the Nerdiv, the Merfolk Rogue. Whenever Nerdiv, Devious Diver becomes tapped, target player mills cards equal to its power. Whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard or activate an ability of a card in your graveyard, draw a card and put a +1 counter on her. Oh, I was reading the card out so people knew what the card I was talking about actually did. This weapon, why does this weapon have 1 attack? One. I should have played this. I should have played this and attack in here is the actual answer, but no, I'm... Okay, let's just do this. It gives me so much health. Because he's gonna poke here, I'm gonna cleave all these. This is probably gonna trade in here, or this is gonna trade in here. It should be fine. I feel like there was a lot of mana used to kill that. To avoid me getting 1 health off combat. Especially now I get to do this. We're gonna take the... I don't want to say... I should have poked in here. Now if he has a raise that, he has actually a position that he can actually do shit in. Alright, you know what? I feel like we're in a decent position. We have a fair amount of health gain. Right now it's 4. You take 3, gain 5. That's not bad. Realistically, we're actually only getting 3 here, but... I'm trading into both of his minions and doing that. Here's a Shadow Spell in hand. It's most likely a Mind Blast. This is insane. Do I want to gain 5? Fuck, I feel like I have so many plays. I don't think I can actually go for this. I don't want any of these. Embalming Ritual ain't bad. So this is 7 damage from hand. I should have played the Shadow Visions. I should have hero powered. Right now all I care about is keeping myself alive. You can silence this. He's only pushing 1 damage a turn then. Right, we have to play for our outs, and I feel like our outs are... That card's so fucking bad here. What? Why is my tracker not counting my fucking boars? So that's 3, so that means we've had 4 die? Yeah, we've had 4 die, so this will put us up to 6, 7. Can't fucking do this here. Alright, you know what? I can't do it because this is like 8 damage, and I can't afford to risk myself taking that much damage. Let's do this. This way it's only 2, 3, 8, and we're at 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. Which means we're out of range of... we're dead. Never mind. Play it. Oh. I'm gonna cry when I die to a top deck Mind Blast. If I die to a top deck Mind Blast here, I mean, again, I played to my outs. If I die, I die. It is what it is. It's not Mind Blast. That means it's a Mind Seer in his hand, most likely. Because if it was a race that he played both acupunctures. Are you just BMing? Because if you're just BMing and I actually had the mana to weapon you, you died. What? I mean, this has to be a Mind Blast, right? Raise Dead he played. Like, I don't get it. Also, did I have lethal last turn? I might have had lethal last turn and I just punted, but I forgot this weapon has 15 attack. But that has to be a Mind Blast. Mind Seer he played, Raise Dead he played, Mind Blast he should have played. There's no other Shadow Spell that's worth running in that deck. Because we know it's drawn off of his guy, right? And if it was a mini, he might as well just play it. I don't get what just happened. I'll be honest. I am fucking baffled. I feel like I should have lost this game. Anyways, I'll take the free dub. Let's queue up the next one. Okay. If this is a control deck, we should have a pretty free, easy win, I'll be honest. I have to hard mult for a boar or a way to get boar, but that's a boar. Man, I'm gonna sound like a real big alcoholic. But whiskey is so fucking good. Actually, at the... Are you serious? I'm playing as another one of these cons. At the new restaurant I started at, I'm not going to give the name again. I will never give a name of a restaurant I work at, partially because, straight up, I could be, and this is going to sound wild, because it partially is, but like, pick a big name streamer. I could be a Shroud, I could be, you know, Ninja, I could be Pokimane, pick a name. I have a feeling, knowing me, and most people that I've talked to that know about my channel, I feel like you could be the most successful YouTuber and still work a normal 9 to 5. Not just because of the way I make content, but just because, as a friend told me, I've worked... Out of the 3 restaurants I've worked at, I've worked with him at 2 of them. He straight up told me at one point, basically saying, motherfucker, no matter what you do, I should have probably picked the life gain guy just because I'm really, really low. He told me straight up, I don't care how big you get on YouTube. And he's arguably, like, the biggest fan just because he wants me to succeed on it, but he told me, I don't care how big you get, I guarantee you, you're gonna fucking pledge loyalty to the fucking restaurants you work at, and just because you are who you are, and you care much less about success, and much less about being what people want you to be as much as you care about showing loyalty to the teams you work for. And straight up, I couldn't fucking phrase it better. Straight up, in my interview for the new place I started working at, one of the first things I told them was, look, I told my head chef at the other joint, I am going to work with him till the end of the year, minimum. And straight up, I gave him the dates I'm working there. I don't give a fuck. I'm not coming in. You can tell me to come in, and my response will be like, sorry, I can't. Just because, again, I show loyalty to the people that have been good to me in my life, and therefore, I'm dead. I'm gonna concede. But yeah, that just shows you that, again, most people will not be nearly as receptive to that concept of, look, I've been with these guys for this long, I'm gonna show loyalty to them because they've been nothing but loyal to me. Again, the team has been loyal to me, the owners, fuck those cunts. Actually, I want to tell this story, but I'm gonna tell it in the next game. But just to say, like, the team I work with at one joint, I am super loyal to because they've been nothing loyal to me. Again, my old head, well, one of my current head chefs would be like, yo, can you come in and work this day? He'd be like, yo, I'm in fucking deep shit. You can fucking help me out? I'd be like, yeah, bet. I'm on my way. Go help him out. He'd be like, all right, yo, we're coming in. Here's a 12-pack of beer. Or here's a 24-pack of beer. It's all good. Don't fucking worry about it, you know? Or like, hey, man, let's talk to the owners. You know the owners. So I'm like, yeah, I know the owners. And be like, yo, I'm gonna give you more hours wherever I fucking can, but just know, like, it's not on me. I'm like, yo, that motherfucker, I know it's not on you. The owners and me don't get along. He's like, alright, thanks, but like, you still come in this day? I'm like, motherfucker, I told you I would, therefore I will. And that's kind of my relationship with like every place I've ever worked. It's kind of like, if I tell you I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. I don't give a fuck if I have to move hell and high heavens, but I'm gonna fucking be there. I'm a fucking trooper like that, you know? But yeah, actually, I want to tell that story of, it actually happened tonight, which is one of the reasons it was the main reason I was, well, no. Maybe, I'm gonna get into all that in the next game. Alright guys, yeah, let's queue it up. Alright, Druid time. This deck has not been performing nearly as well as I felt like it was promised, but that might be because of 2 insta-concedes to devols, because I had both of my boars on the battlefield. I'm gonna mull like this. No, I'm gonna mull like this. Fuck it, let's go full ham. But yeah, okay. Let's get into the story of what happened today. If anybody from work, no one from work knows I do this. I'll probably be fired before I get in tomorrow, but... So, today, my homeboy head chef, my fucking boy, I've been out drinking with this motherfucker. Me and this motherfucker did a lot of shit together. A lot of shit that we will not be talking about tonight. Who knows, we might talk about it eventually. But, yeah, so... I think I talked about it. I basically work, like, I think it ended up being, I have it tallied on my phone. I think it was, like, 36 hours in 3 days. Right, so, like, 3 12-hour shifts back to back to back. Mentally, I'm fucking gone. Like, my brain is not functioning when I got home. And I had to record. No, actually, I had to record it before I went to work. So, my brain was less fried than it was at the end of the day. So, I recorded, edited, uploaded. Vibed for a little bit, wanted to stream, but realistically, like, my eyes were closing for 15 minutes. Like, straight up, I'd be in the middle of watching a video on YouTube or, you know, playing a fucking round of balloons, and it's like, I remember, I'm like, I'm on round 19. Close my eyes, all of a sudden it's like round 37, and I'm dead. I'm like, what the fuck happened? You know, like that type of shit. So I'm like, alright, I clearly can't fucking stream. I go to bed, it ends up being like 3 o'clock in the morning, just because the way I am, bed is scary as much as I love it. That sounds super fucked, but it is also my exact concept of bed. Going to bed and me, we ain't buds, so. Alright, I'm gonna do this just in case he tries to do some Reno play. But yeah, so I'm like fucking brain dead by the time I go to bed. I wake up fucking blurry-eyed. I open my phone, I get a text from my head chef at this joint. I'm like, I'm gonna call it Restaurant 1 because I feel like that's a better way to refer to it. So I'm like, I'm gonna get a text from my head chef at Resto 1. I'm like, what the fuck is he texting me? Like, he never texts me. So I rub my eyes and I fucking read the message. He's like, yo, I'm sick as fuck. I can... Basically, yo, I'm sick as fuck. Can you help a brother out? I'm like, I bet. On my way, fuck. When do you want me to show up? He's like, yeah, come in like an hour and a half. I'm like, sounds good. So I'm like, get on my way there, fuck. And I end up getting there, you know, I talk to the whole team. We end up, like, basically shooting the shit. Get a plan of what's left to prep for dinner service. And I'm, like, ready, you know? I'm fucking all the way ready. The owner of the restaurant fucking comes up and taps me on the shoulder. Like, yo, thanks for coming in. It took every fiber of my being not to turn around and just smack him in the face. I was gonna banish that motherfucker to the Shadow Realm. Like, straight up. Oh my god. First of all, I'm not a big fan of people touching me in general. Like, I don't like when people touch my shoulders. If I present a handshake, that's chill. I'll most of the time present a fist bump. The homies. No, except for like the really close people. Like, those are the very few people. Like, the people on my team when I work at the resto. The kitchen staff. I'll give them a hug fucking tomorrow. Some of the wait staff, I'll give them a hug. Everybody else is a fucking fist bump. I don't like being touched. Again, it might be an autism thing. Don't know if I have autism, but it might be an autism thing, you know? I just don't like being touched at all. And he touched me on my shoulder while I wasn't paying. I was in the process of doing a shit, like some prep. And he taps me on the shoulder, like, yo, thanks for coming in, brother. We really needed you. I almost turned around with the knife still in my hand and fucking just, like, sent him to Jesus. But I'm like, he touched me and I fucking, like, flinched, turned, and I was ready to swing. I noticed it was him, and I, like, put the knife down. I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. But it took a lot in me not to fucking continue the motion with the chef knife. Like, I was a little bit livid. I won't be lying. And I have a feeling people in the kitchen staff noticed that because they looked at me like, yo, is this kid good? Like, as people I've worked with for a while now, and they're like, is this kid good? And one of them actually came up to me after. He's like, yo, are you good? I'm like, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't I be good? He's like, you just, when he tapped you on the shoulder, you seemed like agitated, like on edge. I'm like, nah, it's just that when people I don't like touch me, I want to, you know. And then they're like, oh, I got it. Don't worry, fuck. It's all good. I'm like, damn right, it's all good, fuck. Because, like, 5 minutes after that, I went to go hug one of my motherfuckers in the kitchen because, like, again, I hate saying that it's like a family because I've been burnt by that mentality in the past. When you work in the kitchen, you get... Straight up, to anybody that's thinking about working in the kitchen, you will get burnt by the mentality. If one of the first things they tell you in an interview to work in the kitchen is like, oh, we're like a family here, tread lightly and don't tell people anything about you. Like, I wouldn't say you necessarily use that as like a rule. If people start opening up to you, then you can let down your guard a little bit, but don't let it down all the way. It's in my experience, when people tell you it's like a family, it's one of those ways to kind of guilt trip you into staying longer while they fuck you in the ass. Again, my team that I work with at the restaurant I'll be honest, they fucked me in the ass. Also, just notice how long this recording's been going for, and I feel like this has been babbling for so long, so I'm gonna continue going with this, but yeah. The restaurant I feel like fucked me in the ass the most, basically. I know for a fact it wasn't anybody in the core kitchen team. I know for a fact it was the owners. Because I've talked with everyone, and by everyone, I mean everyone. I've talked with... Pick a position in the company. I've talked to that person about it, basically. From chief financial advisor for the company. Ooh, cool and epic. To like head chef, head of front of staff. Unless they're all really good at lying and telling me very, very similar stories without being able to communicate to each other, because it's kind of the type of thing where something drops and I'm in a meeting with the owner and he starts telling me some shit that he probably shouldn't be telling me, I go talk to, head of front of staff, head in the kitchen, and like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, straight up, like, actually confused. And as I go to explain, I clear, like, I'm the one telling them this. It happened. I don't want to say too much, just in case someone I work with finds this, because I know that there are a couple of people that play Hearthstone that I work with. I've talked to them about it. So I don't want to expose too much, but I know for a fact it's just the fact the owners don't like me. Sure, my head chef has told me as much. I'm like, my head chef's like, man, I want to give you more hours. I fucking miss working with you. I'm like, hey man, I know this person is like me. So like, how the fuck you know that? I'm like, I know that. He's like, okay, sounds good, but yeah, I fucking hate him too. I'm trying to find a new place to work. I'm like, I would dip before he sinks his claws into you way too deep to a point you can't pull out. And he's like, yeah. I'm already at that point where I don't even pay attention when he talks to me. I just nod, say yes, and I'll look at someone else and be like, what the fuck did you just say? Because it's to be in actual English, but hey, that's just restaurant drama. Anyways, let's talk about Oink Oink Priest. We went 2-3. 2 losses were probably because I overextended. By probably, I mean I 1000% overextended. I committed both boars against decks that can easily clear them. Well, the first one not really. He just kind of had all the ramp into a Reno portrait in hand, or Reno hero portrait in hand. The other one just had the devolve, which is not really customary anymore, so hey, kind of got both times. It is what it is, I can see though how this deck can like steal wins, especially with like Messmaker. I feel like this is one of the most underrated, well, I should say underrated. A lot of control decks play it, but this card is so good. Against all those decks I want to go wide, like, especially Demon Hunter, this card is actually insane. Like, actually broken. Anyways, though, I'm exhausted. I need to edit this and go upload it and go to bed. And hopefully the next, like, 2 hours and have to be back at working 2 p.m. So, in, like, a little bit over 12 hours, and I have to sleep and wake up, and it takes me, like, 2 hours to wake up because I'm me. So, hey, it is what it is. I'm actually leaving to work at, like, 1 o'clock, but it is what it is. Anyways, with all that being said, hope you guys all enjoyed. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as always. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys all on the next one. Peace, boys.